What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Keto Rewind. Thanks for clicking on today's video. I have a fun video for you today. I have a quiet house for once. My kids are back in school. We had an unusual event happen over the weekend, and that was snow in Texas. We are in North Texas, so to get like 8 inches of snow is unheard of, especially all at once. So we got to have snow days. So it was such a fun time. My kids built the most giant snowman around because there was finally enough snow to make one. And I helped roll that thing. Oh my God, I was so sore the next day. But it was so much fun. But the nice thing about snow in Texas is it goes away pretty quick. So hopefully things are gonna thaw out and it'll be back to normal because we don't know how to handle snow here, especially in that amount. So anyways, I have a week 2 update for you today. I have a weigh-in, I have some metrics, some pictures, I have all types of fun stuff for you guys today. So what do you say we get today's video started? And real quick, I want to thank the sponsor of today's channel, a new sponsor to this channel, Everyday Dose. Everyday Dose is coffee, but better. I've been very curious about this for a while. A lot of my friends have asked me, knowing I'm kind of like a health guru, I'm usually up to date with like the newest thing. So a lot of people asked what I thought about mushroom coffee. And at first I was like, ew. But as I dug into it and did more research, I was actually pretty intrigued. So I was happy to give this a try and pleasantly surprised. One of the major reasons is, for me, I have congestive heart failure. So I have to watch my caffeine intake, and I do love coffee. So this is a way to have coffee in a reduced amount of caffeine. That was the most appealing thing for me. It is also something that will help support my gut health, my sleep, manage stress, in addition to having loads of great stuff in it. So specifically mushrooms would probably be the biggest. Collagen, I'm on a weight loss journey, that stuff matters to me. It is mold-free using a third-party independent testing. And it's super convenient, meaning you can bring this with you anywhere you go, mix it with just water, you don't have to mix it with coffee. If you add it with coffee, it's just a little bit like a stronger taste of coffee. So the first time I was gonna try the Everyday Dose coffee, I was so scared. I thought I was gonna be drinking like sludgy dirt. I was pleasantly surprised. It literally tastes just like strong coffee. So the main ingredients of Everyday Dose comes down to 2 mushrooms, lion's mane and chaga. I think that's how you say it. Both of those have great benefits to your health. Lion's mane supports memory and focus and nerve regeneration, where chaga boosts your immune system and supports your gut with prebiotics. And also sugar-free, gluten-free, paleo-friendly, keto-friendly, no soy, dairy-free, and non-GMO. So what do you say we make a cup? And then you can see what it looks like. Come with me. I'm obviously gonna be drinking it in my coffee cup. It's kind of hard to see it. So I'm gonna make it in here, and then I'll just pour it in here when I drink it. So let me go get some hot water. So we have our hot water right here. Let me get here so you can see me better. I have a milk frother. I love this milk frother because it is rechargeable with the USB-C, so there's no batteries involved. I can just plug this into one of my 1,000 other chargers in my kitchen instead of worrying about always having AA batteries in stock. So first things first, give it a good shake. You want to mix it all up because, things settle. And then once it's mixed up, I do that every time I make my cup. I take the 1 tablespoon measurement, and I'm just gonna put a level scoop in there, and I'll zoom in on it so you can see what it looks like. Kind of looks like cocoa powder mixed with cinnamon. So add this level scoop to the coffee, and it smells really good too. It's just like coffee. So now all I'm gonna do is give it a quick little mixing, and there you have it, normal black coffee. So I don't mind drinking it just like this. It tastes fine. But for today I'm gonna add a little cream to it. So let me go get my cream. Because again, however you would make your normal coffee is just what you would do in this scenario. So let's give that another mix. And that is all there is to it. So I'm just gonna transfer this to my coffee cup without making too much of a mess. I will sip on this while I edit this video. Delicious, tastes just like coffee. you have no idea how much I was relieved. It actually just tasted like coffee, and I was making a big deal out of nothing. So if you'd like to give Everyday Dose a try, click on my code in the description box below, because my code will get you up to 30% off your first order. Check out the Coffee Plus Starter Kit and now get a free gift every month like this cool frother. So head on over to everydaydose.com/Keto Rewind. Thanks Everyday Dose for sponsoring this video. So first things first, how cool is this calendar? This is a magnet that goes on my fridge with a chalk marker and I can plan my menus out from the start every week. So we're now down, we were here yesterday, we had meatloaf with mashed cauliflower, and today we're gonna do butter chicken with broccoli. These are all tried and true recipes that I know work and taste awesome. And then I usually make 3 days up in advance. So I have 3 days worth of meals on hand. And then when I get down to like that last day, I repeat the process. This way I go to the grocery store probably twice a week. That also limits the interaction with all the temptation. You know, everything right now is set up to make me succeed, not fail, right? So I'll plan 3 days in advance, lunch and dinner for my family. By having it right here on the fridge, everybody knows what to expect, and I kind of have it where we're all on the same page. This way, it's just setting me up for success and keeps in line with nutrition is what's important here. So this came off of Amazon, so I'll link that down below. It was a gift from my mom. You know, she knows how much of a type B person I am, and knowing that list making and stuff like that is really crucial in a weight loss journey. She grabbed me this, so thanks, Mom. I'm trying to get more organized and trying to care more about being organized, and that's again part of focusing on nutrition. Having a plan, because when I don't have a plan, I walk right off the deep end and things go south fast. So anyways, okay, so month 1 of the New Year Better Me weight loss challenge that we're doing here in the Keto Rewind community is going to be focusing on nutrition. And if you watched my last video where the cards are somewhere in the corner, and I'll link it down below, but the first video is outlining the challenge, and we're only going to focus on month 1, that portion, because it is a 90-day challenge and it doesn't make sense to worry about all 90 days when right now the only thing that matters is this first 30 days. So I made it a focus that we're focusing on nutrition above everything else this first month, because if you can't get the nutrition part right, the journey will ultimately end in unfavorable circumstances. And that means if you don't figure out what you're eating, how you're eating, when you're eating, you know, and figure out that pattern, you're never going to make it to the goal. And that's what I learned big time. And that's how I always crashed and burned time and time again while on this channel. So the absolute most important thing for this first 30 days is focus on nutrition. Don't worry about getting that workout in. Don't stress yourself going to the gym and all this. Just don't put so much on your plate right now. The only thing you have to worry about is making your menu, making a meal plan, making your own foods, or finding foods that will work that will set you up for success. You know, hitting those rescue meals that you know, or tried and true recipes that you don't have to think about. You just know what to buy right at the store, and you throw it together, and that always makes you jumpstart or kickstart your journey. So that's what we need to do right now, and that means tracking macros. That means keeping the foods in the house that set you up for success. That means just focusing your every last minute on nutrition instead of worrying about if you're going to get to the gym and getting up at 3 a.m. so you can get there before you have to go to work and all this stuff. Nutrition. I lost, I think, 60 to 70 pounds before I even stepped foot in the gym last time around. Like you don't need the gym to be able to lose weight. So if you want to reduce your body fat, don't worry about the gym. Focus on nutrition. So that doesn't mean that doesn't mean if you have time to go to the gym that you don't go. I'm just saying if it comes down to it and you have 30 minutes, spend the 30 minutes worrying about your nutrition, not the gym. But I mean, I still go for my walks. I have softball with my girls, volleyball with my girls. So it's not like I can avoid working out. But I'm not actively worrying about getting up at the crack of dawn to make sure my workout's in right now. At this point, phase 1 of my weight loss journey. So with that said, it is important to also track your metrics. So with that said, I have a weigh-in coming up, and I also have my Keto Mojo that can show me if I'm in ketosis or not. It tracks my blood glucose levels, and it's a great little tool to have when you get it going again. It's not something I use all the time, but when I start up or I want to see where I'm at, I want to see how foods affect me and stuff, I always tune into the Keto Mojo. So with that said, I'll turn the camera around and we'll discuss, we'll see where my numbers are. So week one, typically, I like to use a lot of metrics. I like to get a lot of baselines. So I'll take my blood glucose, my blood pressure, my ketones, my measurements, pictures, my weight, obviously. So I do a lot of those metrics so that I have a baseline to show how far I've come. Sometimes, you know, you get into the journey and it gets so monotonous that you just forget how far you've come and how hard you're working. So numbers that I wish I'd known at the time, you know, I wish I took. Well, in those times when I'm in a slump or something, I can just check up on them, see what the changes are that my choosing me choices are, instead of, you know, not choosing myself or putting myself first. So these metrics help establish a baseline and also show how far I've come and how hard I'm working. So I highly suggest you, at the minimum, get a soft tape measure and take your measurements. Write it down, get your weight, take some before photos. You know, if you have a Keto Mojo, take those, like blood glucose, ketones, blood pressure, you know, like those kind of things. So I thought I'd give you mine. Now, being that I will say it's a little over a week because January 1st was on a Wednesday, so it's kind of like a little inflated. Let's just keep that in mind. So I'm calling it week one, but it is a couple days longer, but it's not quite 2 weeks yet. So this is my week one results. So the good news is I was not in ketosis when I started on January 1st. So obviously on January 1st, I was not in ketosis. So I don't have like a before or anything yet. My blood glucose was normal. It was 95, which is a little higher than I wanted it to be, which was like, oh, that's kind of up there. It's not anything to be worried about, but it's not where I want my blood glucose while I'm fasting to be. So that was a little heads up, but it's been a week and a little week and a half, and I am now in ketosis. My ketones first thing this morning was 0.8. I'll put them on the screen. My blood glucose was 86. So just in, you know, a little over a week. So my numbers are looking a lot better. And that's just a week's worth of good choices. It's a week's worth of caring. So also I thought I would share my weight. This is probably one of the ones that I dreaded the most, because I hadn't been on a scale in like 6-7 months-ish before summer, basically. And I was cringing. I knew I had been getting bigger. My pants definitely were getting tighter, shirts snugger, you know, things weren't fitting the way they were fitting. So I knew I wasn't fooling myself. I knew I had gained. But I wish I did take that proactive step and get on the scale sooner, so it would bring it to life faster, make me face it faster, you know, that kind of thing. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, this is the redo anyways, and it is what it is. So I'm 5 feet 8 inches tall. I'm taller than most girls, but still, I carry my weight well, and that's always been a problem. So I hopped on the scale, I bit the bullet, I ripped the Band-Aid off, and I started off on January 1st, 252 pounds. Today, I'm 245. So what is that, 7 pounds? So granted, again, it's a little over a week, a couple days extra, and it's also the easiest week to drop weight because you're kickstarting a new diet and all that thing. So don't read too much into it. I'm not going to have a 7-pound drop every week. That's just unheard of. I'm aiming for 1, maybe 1.5, 2 pounds at most. I don't want to just melt apart. If I do, fine, but I'm not aiming for that. I'm aiming for a nice 1 pound goal, an attainable goal, a sustainable goal, you know, where I'm dieting, but I'm not restricting, you know, like that kind of thing. So anyways, I got that out of my system, wrote it down, because 6 months from now, I'm gonna appreciate the fact that I came clean and said it, you know? It gets it off my chest, I own it now, it's mine to do something about, it's something I can change. There's not much you can change in life, but you can change your weight. You can change your habits. You can change you. It's just how much you're willing to roll up your sleeves and do, right? I saw this quote the other day that said, if you said you'll do anything for your kids, like if you've probably said that before, I would do anything for my kids, why would you not change your health for them? You know, like, and that was like one of those things that I'm like, it's true. Like, why won't I do that? If I said I'll do anything for my kids, why can't I do that for them too? I need to change my health. I need to be around as long as possible to haunt them. Just kidding. But they deserve mom, you know, they don't need mom that's sick. They want a healthy mom. And I can't do all the softball and volleyball, basketball that I do with my girls if I can't get up off the couch because I'm too obese, right? So I've got to do something about it. And right now, no time like the present. So, and now let's talk about some of the foods that I've been eating this week. Now, again, this whole month, it's about nutrition. Nutrition, nutrition, nutrition. Make the menu. Eat the foods that you bought and prepare them. You know, meal plan, meal prep, you know, like just learn about nutrition. Find what works for you, what you want to eat, what can you eat, not focusing on what you can't. So with that said, I did a lot of my rescue meals, meaning meatloaf. Meatloaf is so easy to make. I can make it with turkey or beef. Heck, I could even use chicken. The vegetables that I like, you know, like cauliflower, broccoli, salads, you know, that kind of thing. And a heavy emphasis on protein. So lots of eggs, lots of just everything that encompasses eggs and everything that encompasses protein. So, you know, sausage, bacon, you know, chicken, steak, you know, all those things. So I'm following a strict keto regimen, almost on the total carb approach. And also a caveat, one ingredient. I don't want to open a package and eat anything. I want it to be pure. So that means I can assemble a meal with like 5 ingredients, that kind of thing. So, and that's because I'm trying to reset my sweet tooth. Over the Christmas holiday and New Year's and all that, there were so many cookies, there was so much breads, and like all the parties and, you know, alcohol. I'm doing dry January right now. So all of those things, when you take it away, it's letting my mouth reset. You know, I'm not craving cookies and sweets and breads and pastas anymore. Like it took a whole week to bite through that and push through and then come out. I was like, oh, okay, I can do this kind of thing. So that said, when you give yourself some time and some separation, it calms down. And at least for me, like during the whole month of December, I was grazing like cattle, you know, in my pantry. And now, you know, 9-10 days into it, I have just calmed that down, that noise, it all just calmed down because the funniest thing is I can avoid it just fine. I've got great willpower. But the moment I give one hit into it, you know, like the one bite of cookie or the one cheat meal, my body just was like, it just stirs all those emotions up again. I want more. So, but it's easier for me to just avoid it and move on than it is to have a little bit of something and fight the cravings that come with it. So right now, while nutrition is most important, I'm trying to reset everything, I'm focusing on the most minimal ingredients as possible and cutting all that crap out. And if it doesn't come in nature's packaging, you know, like beef, chicken, you know, like a protein, a healthy fat, and a vegetable, it's not going in my body. And that's because the first month is the hardest month to muscle through. And then you can slowly reincorporate those things as you move on. So I am strict keto this month, like strict keto. And that includes fasting because I'm eating a little bit higher fat percentage than I normally do. So I'm not hungry in the morning. A coffee is all I need to, you know, work through the morning, some electrolytes, that kind of thing. And then I begin eating at lunch. So a lot of intermittent fasting because it just comes hand in hand and it's easy. Why not? And then I have my dinner and then I cut it off after that. So basically, that's what I've been doing for the past, I don't know, whatever, today's the 13th, but for like the past 12 days, that's what I've been doing. So the plan for today is to keep doing what's working. I already feel so much better. And it's crazy how quiet the cravings and all that noise gets when you're trying, you know, and I've got great energy because like that transition of switching my body from a standard American diet over to ketosis, I got through that, and now I'm on the other side where things feel good again. I've got more energy. You know, I'm just ready to go. I have got the motivation, the momentum, all of that starting. So we're gonna build on that this week. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this week's video, my pep talk, all the things. Go out, be great, and I'll see you at the next one. Let me know in the comments. Let me know how you're doing. And remember, at the end of the day, you do you. I'm Jess. You're watching Keto Rewind. Bye-bye.